students with a second semester study hall or an online hour are to report to the forum instead of the library. The library will no longer be a space where students can go instead of attending class.
On Tuesday, January 7th, morning heard, Principal Robert Reetz announced the administration's plan to require students with study hall hours and online classes to report to the forum for attendance. While Reetz and other staff members believe it's a necessary change that will cut down on students skipping class time, many students were quick to disapprove and remain skeptical.
I don't agree with it.
I think the policy sucks.
I think it's going to be way too crowded and just not good.
I don't like this new rule because people who are skipping class are still going to skip class, and it's unfair to force the kids who are actually going to class to be in the forum.
I think that's a stupid policy, and I think if kids are skipping class and failing, that's their own problem, not my problem.
I feel like the kids who are skipping classes are still going to skip classes.
The library is a much better place to get work done and kind of learn more so than the forum.
Honestly, I don't think it'll make a huge difference like they think it will. Students who want to skip are always going to find a way to skip class and get out of it and find different places to hide.
I don't really think it's going to solve anything because if they're skipping, they're just not going to go to the forum, they'll just go somewhere else.
I find that being in the library, I feel more motivated to do my work done or more friends. I think the forum, it's just so dim in there, and I feel like, honestly, it's a little bit more like sadness, a little bit more depressing to be in there.
Reetz mentioned that the library will become a space to use solely for students to check out books and use technology resources, entire class visits, and quiet test taking.
I feel like I never even see anybody else in here except for study halls and online classes. So I feel like the library won't really be used as much. And I don't think I've ever actually seen anyone check out a book before either.
I don't think any teachers are going to use it, and so it's going to be like maybe one kid taking a test every once in a while.
Right. There are other spaces to go.
Yeah, I think it's too big to be using for such a small source.
Well, I don't know why we would have tests taken in the library if we have a testing center.
I feel like it's going to be pretty empty. I don't really think teachers are going to use it for like classes because like you already have your classroom to work, of course, and like for test taking, if you have classes in here, they're going to be like loud and talking like that, so you won't be able to like focus at all.
I feel like there's never going to be like a use for the library anymore.
Reetz emphasizes that skipping class has become a cultural norm among students, which has led many to struggle and not meet graduation requirements. This decision was inspired especially by numerous concerns from teachers and staff to administration.
It would be irresponsible of me as principal to not make a change to ensure more students are going to class, engaging fully, and learning.
My hope is that we have a better ability to give students first or sixth period as their open hour, and they can decide, do I want to spend this in the forum or not? We're still trying to balance schedules to make sure that that happens, and we're trying to make sure that this is as welcoming a space as it can be. I want students to be where they want to be and on track to graduation. If we cease to have these problems, I wouldn't be making this change.
The forum's attendance requirement will not apply to students with an open first or sixth hour. The change will go into effect starting second semester.
If they want to have students skipping less, that they should actually have consequences for the students that are skipping instead of just giving them buys for everything that they're doing.
I don't know why we should all be punished if some kids are using it to skip class.
Team library. Yep, team library.